We're going to bring on stage our first speaker right away. I'm going to share one little slide with you so that you can see who we're bringing on stage first. This is John Brockett. John has been an avid student of the human condition from childhood. This led to a 25-year-long career as a psychotherapist, specializing in individual, couple, and family therapy. John also led PTSD groups for struggling veterans after Vietnam with a grant from the US government. His writings emphasize the union of fear and love we all experience during our journey of life on planet Earth. So, John, so glad to welcome you to our stage today. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, Susan, and thanks to all of our listeners, and special thanks to my co-writers in this thing that I never thought possible, even though I've been writing for years, to actually put it together and to feel the support and the love that we all shared, which is what this book's really about, made all the difference.
Well, John, I'd like to ask you a question, and that question is, every one of us is confronted with questions and the pursuit of answers in our lives. And I'm wondering if there is a difference in value of the question and the answer.
Yeah, that's a good question. And good questions are, well, from my perspective, is what it's all about. And we all write about this. And when we say, possibility, well, possibilities don't come from written in stone answers. The possibility comes from what we don't know yet. And that could be a scary thing. And that's where it comes in that, the possibility for the future, our future, if we want it to be more than what it is today, stay in the question. What's coming my way? What's the divine energy of love, of the supreme energy field of the universe? What's it bringing to me? What can I open my heart to, instead of going, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. And I'm telling you, years and years about writing a book, I was going, oh my God, how can I do this? I can do this. But then once I opened up to it and felt what was coming through, the possibilities were miraculous. And so my philosophy is, let go of the answers. They'll be when they needed, but stay in the question as much as we possibly can.
Love that. And I love that you say, what can I open my heart to? What a beautiful question that is, too.
Yeah.
Really lovely. So, John, what do you feel the reader will get from Perspectives on Possibility?
I think the reader will find some message in here. We have, 5, 6 amazing people. We always teased a little bit about, after knowing these folks, we go, wow, we're all writing the same story. Now, I cannot write the same story as my cohorts wrote it, and they can't write it exactly as I wrote it, but all of our readers also have a very, very powerful, important story, a reflection coming from the same singularity of life itself, that book. And so I think, I know that I've shared some of the writing with some people, and they go, oh my gosh, I had that experience, or I've felt the same way, but I've never heard it said that way. And so I think what the reader can do is has an opportunity of a half a dozen other people that have worked to offer their reflections on possibilities, and to awaken some of those things in the reader. And my hope is that, after this book is read by 100 people, that next year we write another book with 100 authors. I mean, it would be wonderful, because it's always available. And if we can share that with everybody, boy, I just honor everybody that is willing to have the courage to go ahead and live a life that they thought they couldn't before.
I love that. That's so exciting. You offered John to read from the chapter, What If Nothing Is As It Seems? And I wonder if you would honor us now with a reading.
Yeah, of course I will. Thank you. So, what if nothing is as it seems? What if we know nothing? What if everything we've labeled as absolute truth is an illusion based on the limited answers we conjure to relieve the fear of not knowing what lies beyond what life is revealing at this moment? As Socrates said, the only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. Early on in my life, I would spew whatever information came to mind based on the conditioned information of my past. As an astute boy and young man, I accepted the information given to me by my parents, my peers, my school, my church, and any authority that seemed to have the correct answers about life. I realized that having the correct answer would bring me praise and success, while offering the wrong answer would bring me distrust and failure. I learned that I would be liked, respected, and successful if I replicated what appeared to be the accepted facts of the day. All of that occurred within the illusion that, okay, now I know the truth. That is the illusion. During my mid-adolescence, I became combative, even belligerent, when faced with the doctrines that were dictating to me who I was and who I was supposed to be. Something inside of me was calling, though, someone who was not being recognized as I continued to robotize my life according to what seemed genuine. Eventually, I realized that being combative with the world was not the answer. I was actually battling with my true self, my own soul. The person I seemed to be was an illusion, and I stopped blaming anyone and everything for my discomfort. I replaced the blame with gratitude for every message I received, whether pleasant or unpleasant. I realized I knew nothing, especially about who I was and what I was even doing here. Most importantly, the quest for answers was being replaced with the excitement and exploration and mystery of living in the question. My answers were very limited, and the questions were infinite. There are a few realities that seem to be absolute truths. We come into this world through the wombs of our mothers. We leave this world as our bodies die with our last breaths. These two realities seem unquestionable. However, we don't know what happens before or after these two events, which may shine a very bright light on our very existence. Our history has been evolutionary since its inception. Each of us, being part of that whole, is also evolving. Nothing stays the same. Therefore, to believe we know the absolute truth is to diminish the grandeur of creation itself. To trust the higher frequency of what we don't know opens the portal for love to pour into our lives. The great creators of art and music and poetry bring life to the unknown as they bring the magic of the great mystery for us to ponder. All of us can be the creators of our lives on planet Earth. Suppose we live in an illusion of what seems to be accurate. In that case, we may forfeit the opportunity to create the most beneficial environment for ourselves, our children, and their children, as well as the longevity of love and life that has yet to be revealed. I've done my best to drop my points of view and trust the view itself. That view is the eternal and infinite flow of love beaming from the source of all life. I'm not always successful. However, I've learned to laugh at myself when I'm not. And I've been laughing a lot. I will continue asking questions, for what I think I know does seem to be an illusion. I'm learning to love the freedom of knowing nothing.
Ah, John, that was fabulous. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And if you'd like to hear more of what John has to say, I invite you to purchase the book, Perspectives on Possibility. It's available on Amazon. And the link will be on the page where you found this video, but we have so much more to hear from John included in the book. You are going to want to read more, I'm sure. So please do take advantage of the offer to dive deeper into what John has to share.